They killed. Give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So that you said that they put millions of my houses. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but you knows the white man, the devil is known. America was never our home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hate, this fake me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me, maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap, cracking the sky. Nuclear missiles will make it official, I'm capturing every crack I'm surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cages, safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the brutal show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom be busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is payback is a dog. Payback is a dog. Look, ain't no remorse in my blood cell. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I'm back gon' be Gen 5 if I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your honest words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cocktail. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress. She a bombshell, just is served cold. I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of man shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through in the damn my king's reign. I'll be overzealous. They want my jealous, I want brand new parabellums. You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog. Payback is a somebody need to hear this. Y'all speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. Locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died. Y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew. You a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star, dumb, a gun, die or die. Yeah. Easy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth. I had to make it clear how Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947. Yo menorah got 9 sticks. It's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world. Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs, bunch of thieves and culture vultures. Ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander, and Philip, you a convert. So tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you litter. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, it's the Feast of Purim. UPK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bastard and kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask Rabbi, why he get them babies hurt? I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody trying to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, that's what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'll punch you in person. I know this is an uncomfortable subject. They make millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ, they're the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas, they're a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth, niggas terrified. About to go DEFCON 4, I ain't satisfied.
That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. Absolute proof. Now, if you got the records, go find me any archaeology.
Oh, man, you can do this, man. I'm going to do this in the middle of my class.
You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain, riding on these whole rappers. My hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player hitters know my women riding for me. I avoided Maury. I got 2 jets. If I can't make it do for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. It's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Going on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know line. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the storm in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know line. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the storm in my Phonics, just ghetto phonics, they got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is yours, the sign of my waist is like just
Salaka Israel. This is the ISUPK under Commander General Hunter. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. This is the ISUPK Kentucky Monday Night History class. I am Priest and Officer Zabag Yasharala, and tonight I'll be talking about the history of gangs in America and abroad. And I will be giving you scriptures along with breakdown. So to start things off, I'm going to tell you who started these gangs off. It was European. And this man's name was it was a British, like a British crime lord. His name was Luke Pike. Of 1873. Salaka, Israel. It's a long, long place. All right, I'm live. I don't want to come. It's a long, long place. Salaka, Israel. Like I was saying, he was a British crime lord. His name was Luke Pike. And he was supposedly said that started the first gang. It was like around 1873. Really the active gang in Western civilization. While Pike documented the existence of gangs of highway robbers in England during the 17th century. It does not appear that these gangs had the features Shalom Lord of Christ out of one. Yasiya. Salaka Israel. It does not appear that these gangs had the features of modern day serious street gangs. So, it really didn't go into details about the things that they were doing. They probably were doing like little local bank robbers and things of that nature to satisfy their lust for the things that they was doing according to their so-called gangs. But I'm going to go into this article that talks about the history. Talks about the history of gangs. Let me get the topic and get the topic really right. All right, it said the history of street gangs in the United States, their origins and transformations. It has been 90 years since Frederick Thrasher, 1927, the gang first established the American street gang as an empirical object of study. Back then, gangs were gangs were playgroups found only in the urban slums of cities like Chicago. Today, street gangs are found in about 3,300 jurisdictions across the country and are responsible for a disproportionate share of crime and violence. Egley and Howell of 2013. Unsurprisingly, then gangs attracted a lot of attention. In the 90 years since, anthropologists, criminologists, economics, etymologists, mathematicians, psychologists, sociologists have produced over 5,000 scholarly publications on gangs. There have been numerous reviews of this body of literature, present in full-length textbooks, edited volumes, articles, book chapters, and journal special issues. But surprisingly, few histories. Histories that do exist, moreover, are often local or regional in focus. It is fine time, therefore, to look back at the full history of street gangs in the United States, their origins and transformations, which just so happened to be the title of new text published by Lexington Books. They say with all this background, it takes courage to title one book, The History of Street Gangs in the United States. Thankfully, James C. Howell has the credentials to get away with it. A student of the late great anthropologist Walter B. Miller. It says that the Walter B. Miller of Barton Roxbury Gang Delinquency Research Project and Lower Class Subculture, as a generating manual of gang delinquency, one of the most frequently cited papers in criminology. Buddy Howell has been studying gangs for over 30 years. 50 or more of the extant 5,000 works of gangs bear his name, including the popular textbook Gangs in America's Communities. For 20 years, Howell has worked for the National Gang Center in Tallahassee, Florida, coordinating, among other things, the National Youth Gang Survey of law enforcement agencies, an invaluable resource for students of the gang. Before that, he worked at the U.S. Department of Justice as Director of Research and Program Development in the City of Juvenile Justice Delinquency Prevention. Suffice it to say, Howell knows gangs. Further, Howell knows how to write a book. He has authored several previously, including introductory texts, which makes him adept at conveying complex ideas in simple terms. His style is straightforward, but the content is rich. This is especially true of chapter 3 here, which presents historical analysis of gang ideology and evolution that is essentially its own integrated theory, incorporating macro-level structural control and structural adaptation. Conservatives own gangs with micro-level attributes and context that results in gang membership. This chapter ties together different distant strands of gang research, enables how to better define what makes a gang in the first place, a counterpoint of contention among gang scholars. At a time when Straight Outta Compton, a biopic film about the seminal gangster rap group NWA, is near the top of the U.S. box office, and the streaming of Dr. Dre's accompanying soundtrack is breaking the internet. House insight on the relationship between gangster rap and gangs entirely, even if the list of top artists of that book, page 84, is not. It says if Chapter 3 showcases how strong the radical skills, Chapter 4 highlights how equally impressive empirical talent with a fascinating statistical analysis of gang growth and expansion. Using NYGS data, how it traces the trajectory of gang violence and gang homicide over time, informing us that despite the great crime drop in recent years in some large cities, a staggering 40% or more of all homicides are gang-related. This sobering reality begs the question, what to do about gangs? Ever the public policy professional, Howard provides some answers in his epilogue to the. Howard is a leading voice on the need for effective programs and more rigorous programs evaluations, which makes his focus on violent reduction a fitting end to this project. He goes a little easy on some of the initiatives discussed, not least the controversial Cure Violence Public Health model, and with a more general audience in mind, shirks the annoyance of statistical evolution to focus instead on implementation. At the same time, however, one wishes prevention, intervention, and suppression weren't relegated to a few pages at the back of the book. Howard might say he has covered these important issues in detail elsewhere, but this only highlights problems the book might face going forward. The target market for history is unclear. The book would make a great textbook for undergraduate students, for instance, but Howard's own Gang in America community now in second edition. Is now in its second edition. Is better and more suitable for a semester-long study of gangs. History is short, and this could be a supplement textbook, but a hardback edition and no paperback or ebook yet available. It may be difficult to convince readers to take the plunge. Another challenge is that most of the material in the book has already been published in some form or another, at least in Gangs in America communities. Well, let's jump in and let's discuss some of these gangs here in America. You know, some of these gangs here in America, a lot of people don't look at them as being gangs. You know, a lot of people might look at them like, let me say it like this. You know, like ATF, FBI, that's a gang. You know, the whole government is a gang. But, for me to say it like that, a person might say that, what am I really talking about? Or I don't know what I'm talking about. First when I said that a gang was started by a Western, really, started by a European. And gangs have taken on another form. Gangs have taking on the form of really being violent. But it ain't no different than when it first started, even up until now. Because, like I said a few minutes ago, you look at ATF, FBI, DEA, these are your gangs. You look at your court system, they gangs. They ain't no different than you looking at a Latin King, a Nieta, you're looking at a Blood Crip. You know, they all out for, their own selfish greedy gains and to make themselves look superior than another gang. But these alphabet boys here in America, which is up under the government, they ain't no joke. And, you got these judges, they your gangs. Police officers, they your gangs. They ain't no different than the KKK. That's a gang. Skinheads, that's a gang. And they have orders that they carry out. And they kill up under these names. And when I say kill, I mean they kill at will. They kill at will. They do whatever to whoever, whenever. But mostly gangs focus on a nation of people, God's chosen people. Let me put that in perspective. A lot of people might say, well, you got the Bloods and Crips, they going at each other. They've been going at each other for years. You got these other gangs that been going at each other for years. Yes. But you got to look at who at the forefront, who is behind these gangs. You got to look at who started these gangs. Our oppressor has started these gangs. Believe it or not. They have started these gangs and they are behind these gangs 1,000%. They are behind these gangs 1,000%. The baddest gangs wear these suits. The baddest gangs gonna get you in these courtrooms and gonna punish you. The whole police force is a gang. Sheriff Department, however you want to look at it, SWAT, they gangs. And they focus on one nation of people, God's chosen people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. I don't care what nobody says. But here in the ISUPK, under Commander General Yohana, we say the same thing. These people are gangs. And these people have been out for blood since day one. They have been out for blood since day one. And they are not playing with God-chosen people. That ain't no different than you take like the triads. And, you have organized gangs. Like with them, they out to get money. They deal with drugs, prostitution, anything that got to do with getting money and establishing power, they do it. That ain't no different than the Russian mob. That ain't no different than the Italian mob. I mean, you go back in history, these gangs have been ruthless. From the start of the first gang all the way up until gangs of today. It's all about, like it was said in the rap song, money, power, and respect. And they don't care who they have to murder. They don't care what they have to do to obtain this money, power, and respect, because they are going to do it. But here in America, on American soil, your top gangs are the alphabet boys, your judges, lawyers, even down from the when they wrote their own first constitution, it was a gang, and they is not playing. They are not playing. You see how the cops are doing us in the streets. You see how the KKK have been doing us way back when. Even down to the first settlers that came here to America and what they did to our Native American brothers and sisters. That was a gang. Them so-called pilgrims, a gang. They just came here up under that name, pilgrims. And still to this day, they still gang banging. I don't care how you put it. They still gang banging. They still gang banging. And they have twisted the minds of God's chosen people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. They have twisted their minds. They have twisted their minds so much till that they have turned on their own peoples. But you have had some gangs that have went around helping people. You have some gangs that have went around helping people. Because I remember back in, I'm gonna say like the early 80s, when I used to be on my grandmother's block in the Bronx. I remember a gang called the Guardian, I want to say the Guardian Angels. And you know, this gang right here was all for people. You know, they was helping people. I remember seeing them on the trains. I remember they used to be on my grandmother's block in the Bronx. And it wasn't no, with them, it wasn't no, like how it is today, or how it is like back then. When I say they were really helping people, they were really helping people. I have seen this with my own eyes before I even really knew the extent of what a gang was, things of that nature. But now, the way gangs are now today, it's all about territorial. It's all about seeing who they can move out the way so they can take their spot. And, you know, if a gang could get another gang out the way, they got their territory. And whatever they was getting on their territory, now it belongs to them. And it's nothing good that comes being in a gang. Only two things come out of being in a gang: the penitentiary and death. You know, you can say it's organized crime or whatever, however you want to say it. You know, crime is crime. Crime is crime. And it ain't never been no right way to do wrong. But when you go against the things that is of the Most High, eventually the Most High gonna kill you. And the Most High does kill. Read that for yourself. That's in Deuteronomy. And I'm gonna I know the scripture right offhand, but I'm gonna make sure I get the scripture right. I think it's Deuteronomy 32. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. Person can read that for themselves. So, being in a game, eventually you're going to succumb to death. And even if you get life in prison, you're still going to end up dying. So, the Most High got the upper hand. Whether you are so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American, or whether you is of the heathen nations, you be in a game, the Most High going to deal with you. And the Most High going to deal with you righteously. And it's going to be a righteous judgment. It is going to be a righteous judgment because you took it upon yourself to lean on your own understanding and do the things that you thought was convenient for you. You establish your power when all power belongs to the Most High. You want to gain riches when the Most High said that I will give you riches according to Christ, who is Yahweh. Then you being proud, you being boastful. You doing the things that is of the flesh. You didn't seek the things that is of the Most High. Especially if you lost statutes and commandments. And it was only one nation given that. So if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Indian man, woman, even child. Because you have some gangs that recruit kids. And when I say recruit kids, I mean it's sad. It's sad how, an older person supposed to lead a young brother, an older woman supposed to lead a young sister in the ways of righteousness. But instead, call yourself a gang, and you got these young brothers and sisters out here doing your dirty work instead of you leading them in the ways of righteousness. You have them doing stupid, but you're using them as a mule, as a pawn. Because if the cops put their hands on them, it's nothing they can do. They're juvenile. So if they in the little drug trade, drug market doing that, slap on the wrist. Slap on the wrist. Cop gonna send them back. Call the next of kin. Call their parents or whoever is watching over them. But it's sad. I mean, in gangs now worldwide. I mean, from 2 to however. First it started out with 2, then that 2 brings 4, that 4 bringing 8. And it's spreading like wildfire. But no good comes out of that. No good. No good comes out of it. I mean, if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Indian child, you got to come to your senses. You got to come to your senses. You got to come out of these gangs. You got to come out of these gangs because there's no future in that. Because the Most High God said He gonna punish us for all our iniquities because we was given the law. So by you being in a so-called gang, the Most High gonna deal with you, and He gonna deal with you accordingly. He gonna deal with you righteously. So it's best that you just take it upon yourself and get out of it. Because as I sit here, I can honestly say that I used to call myself gang banging. I look back on that, I think the Most High for just turning me in the right direction. The right direction, because I was stupid. Yeah, I was in the world and calling myself like I'm really doing something. And just looking goofy as all outdoors. I look back on that like, what was I really doing? Just being a real a-hole. And, but ain't no future with that. It's like I said, it's only two things gonna come out of you being in the game. Life in prison, or you gonna succumb to death. One of the two. But the Most High, especially his peoples, he gonna chastise those that he loves. And I just thank the Most High for not killing me. I thank the Most High for bringing me to my senses. And that's why now I am here to do like Isaiah 58. You want to say, cry aloud and spare not. And tell my people, I'm paraphrasing when I said, tell my people the transgression of their ways. And I thank the Most High for keeping General Yohana standing strong in this truth, keeping the ISUPK up and running. And I thank the Most High for putting that spirit on me and leading me into the ISUPK and the Commander General Yohana. Because my whole life has changed. My whole life has changed. And it has changed for the better. Because now I ain't got to look to a so-called gang, and I ain't got to talk about I'm part of this, I'm down with this, I'm doing this. I don't have to do that no more. Because now I'm in a brotherhood. I'm in a brotherhood like no other. I ain't never seen a brotherhood and sisterhood like this in my life. I ain't never seen a brother and sisterhood like in the ISUPK and the Commander General Yohana. In my life, I ain't never seen nothing like that. Because these gangs, they fight amongst each other. A lot of people might not get a chance to see it, but they do. When I say they fight amongst each other, I mean they fight amongst each other, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy like how they do. But being in a gang, a lot of people think that they have order, discipline, and nah. You got dysfunction. You have chaos. It's no good with that. I don't care what nobody says. It's no good being in no kind of gang. None whatsoever. And just, here in America, they have a powerful gang. I never seen a country that could go to another country and commit murder. Salak. And commit murder. Just that's acts of gang violence. When you go to another country and you don't let that country deal with what's going on in their country, and you just go over there and do what you want to do, yeah, you a gang. Ain't no if you doing the things that is of a gang. Yes, you doing the things that is of a gang. So yes, here in America, if you sit up in a courtroom, you gang affiliated. If you up on the government as far as like ATF, them alphabet boys, DEA, KGB, CIA, oh yeah, you gang affiliated. Yeah, you might not want to own up to it, but yeah, you gang affiliated. Y'all do what y'all want to do when y'all want to do it, however y'all do it. Yeah, you was gang affiliated, and y'all do the most. Y'all do the most. Y'all do what y'all want to do because y'all made up your own rules. Y'all made your own laws. No other country, and you have gangs. You have gangs in other countries, but they don't come to America and do things in America like what America can do in other countries. They might come over here and form a gang, but they're not gonna come. Well, no, they don't do the things that America do as far as like going to other countries and taking and this and that and the third. But they'll come here and take from other people. They'll come here and take from other people. But as far as like coming here, like how America can go to other countries to do, no. But do they come here and form gangs and take? Yeah, they do that. Yeah, they do that. Yes, they do that. They do that. Yes. But when it comes down to them killing, they only kill one nation of people. They're not going and killing like in the name of whoever their gang is and like killing to defend. No, they kill the take, in robbing like manner. They robbing and extorting. Don't even blackmail. Can't even blackmail. They just start and take. So, and they gain power from that. I mean, lucrative power. But nobody is doing the things that the gangs here in America do. Nobody's doing that. Nobody. And like how they did with Saddam Hussein when it got him from out of his country. Brought him to America. And you tell me that this ain't a game. Bring that man to America for the crimes that he committed in his country and killed him on American soil. But they used to doing that. Look at how they brought the God's chosen people over here and did that. And you tell me that ain't a game from way back when. Y'all went and stole a whole nation. Went and stole a whole nation. And you tell me y'all in a gang? Shit. If y'all in a gang, I don't know what it is. I don't care how you say it. Y'all a gang. I'm talking about ruthless gang too. And y'all still holding people hostage. But you know the day gonna come when God gonna deal with y'all gang. Y'all gang affiliated. God gonna deal with y'all righteously. And it's gonna take the Most High to deal with y'all. It's gonna take the Most High to come in and just destroy y'all. Just destroy y'all for who y'all are. Because y'all deserve that. Y'all deserve that. Y'all deserve everything that y'all have coming to y'all. Y'all deserve it. But I'm going to touch on some of these things that's dealing with a gang. And I'm going to go into these scriptures. You know, in today's society, you have so many gangs that are out of control, and they don't have no type of respect for the lives of other people. They don't care who they kill to get what they got to get. They don't care who they extort. They don't care who mothers, daughters, aunts that they have to put into prostitution. They don't care. They don't care. But you know, there used to be gangs that would look out for people, like I said earlier, and protect them. But now in today's society, they do this. And it's crazy in the world we live in that this takes place. It's crazy how these gangs can do what they want to do and get away with it. And these people are ruthless. These people are ruthless in what they do. These gangs are ruthless. That's why it's going to take the Most High to come back and stop y'all. That's why it's going to take the Most High to deal with the oppressor. It's going to take the Most High to deal with these devils. It's going to take the Most High to put y'all and destroy every last one of y'all. I mean, even down to the woman and kids. Leave none of y'all remaining. But if it is any of y'all remaining, guess what? Y'all going into slavery. Y'all going into slavery. And that's going to be glorious. So we ain't got to worry about no more gangs. Only thing y'all going to do, y'all going to gang up and build this new kingdom. That's when it comes to a gang, when it's all over said and done for y'all, y'all going to gang up and build this new kingdom now. Y'all don't forget that. Y'all don't forget that gang part. But here in Isaiah 59, verse 7, it says, their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. That's y'all. Y'all have been gang banging so much till y'all built cities off of innocent blood. Built up all America off of innocent blood. Their thoughts are the thoughts of iniquity. Yeah. Y'all thoughts are the thoughts of iniquity. Because that is y'all. Wasting and destruction are in their path. Anything that get in y'all path, y'all gonna waste it. Y'all gonna destroy it. Y'all gonna destroy it. You know, like the Most High said it best. Say, there's no peace with the wicked. It ain't no peace with y'all. Verse 8. Say, the way of peace they know not. There's no peace with y'all. Because when y'all first came here to America, and y'all ganged up on them ships, and y'all came to our brothers and sisters, Native American Indians. See, but Our people are the people of peace. We all are. And they wanted to divide America with y'all. But it ain't no peace with y'all. Y'all ended up killing the hand. Y'all haven't stopped yet. Y'all have not stopped yet. And there's no judgment in their goings. No matter where y'all go, it ain't no judgment. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about that. They have made them crooked paths. Everything y'all do is crooked. I mean, y'all just so wicked here. That's just y'all. That's just y'all. You know, the Most High said it best, though. That which was made crooked, who can make straight? But then, you know, you have some people who will say that, well, why didn't the Most High make them wicked? You know, everything was made for a reason with a purpose. Because when you look in Proverbs, it tells you that the wicked was made for the day of evil. The wicked was made for the day of evil. You know, they don't get away. They don't get away for the things that they have done, for the crimes that they have committed. But y'all being a gang and oppressing God's chosen people, killing God's chosen people, y'all don't get away. Y'all thought that y'all was. But no. No. It says, whosoever, Salaki, let me go back. They have made them crooked paths. Whosoever goeth therein shall not know peace. So by you going in these paths, basically like following them. So by you following them, you would not know peace. You would not know peace because they have not made no peaceful paths to know. Everything they do, there's no judgment in there. They ain't holding nobody accountable for the things they do. They don't know nothing about that. So everything they do, everything they put their hands to, you know, it's like it's destruction behind that. It's chaos. It ain't no peace. So you know if a person ain't at peace, so you know it's confusion, it's destruction. That is all they know. These devils don't know nothing about peace, nothing about judgment. They don't know nothing about that. Only thing they know is like killing, stealing, raping. Just chaos. That's how I don't know if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Indian, I don't know how can you do the things that they do. But you're so busy doing the things that they do, you don't even step back to pay attention to the things that they do, to really see the things that they do, to really see how they moving. Really, you don't really pay attention to that. Because you're so caught up in the things that they do, and it's looking good to the naked eye. Until they remind you that you are not them. Especially if you're so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Indian. Because God will have to step in and chastise you. But for them, they just going to keep doing what they do. Because that's all they know. They don't want to know nothing else. They don't want to know nothing else. But you know, here in America, we have some gangs They have taken over this whole earth. Yes, they have taken over this whole earth. Like I said earlier, like you got the court systems. You got the government. We can't forget the police force. We can't forget plus in Job 9:24, say the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. And these people have gangs that are running this earth and doing what they want to do. Because they have made up their own laws. They have made up their own laws. And they don't care nothing about no one. But I'm going to touch bases on Ecclesiastes 7 and 13. But these people, and they won't stop at nothing to keep the power that they have, to keep the money that they have. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 13. They say, consider the work of God, for who can make that straight which he hath made crooked? There's no reasoning with these people. There's no talking to these people. But like I said, everything was made with a purpose. But for those that are in gangs and are thinking about joining a gang, especially if you are a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, Salaki Israel. There's no way that you should want to be like these people. Because really, it ain't no room for you in these gangs if you're so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Indians. Because now you have took on the ways of your oppressor. You have took on the ways of the devil that the Bible speaks of. So that's something that you should want to come out of. And a lot of people, especially so-called Blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians, a lot of y'all think that being in a gang is your family. You think that these people have support for you. You think that these people really have love for you. When a lot of these people don't even really, they just as lost as you are. But they just don't know how to come about it and tell you. But a lot of people join gangs for many reasons. But whatever the reason, it turns out ugly. It turns out real ugly. Because it's not nothing that you can look and say, yo, I'm going to retire from this. I got a pension coming to me. No. It's not nothing like that. But for those that do, whether you are of these heathen nations or whether you are God-chosen people, when you join a gang, this is the outcome. When you look at Proverbs chapter 16, verse 25, it says, there is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. There's no getting around that. Because if you want a gangbang, that's what it's going to come to. That's what it's going to come to. There ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Either you're going to end up doing a life sentence, and you're gonna end up being you're gonna be food for the worms. But there is nothing good that comes out of joining a gang, no matter how good it looks at the moment. But it's never too late. It's never too late to get out of it. It's never too late. But you gotta stay focused. You gotta stay focused. And it ain't too hard. Because this is something that the Most High said. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 20. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise. But you know, joining a gang, like if you in a gang and you doing for the community, you looking out for the elderly, you looking out for your people, especially you so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians, then yes, he that walk with wise men shall be wise. But a companion of fools shall be destroyed. Especially if you call yourself gang banging and you going up against brothers and sisters that look like you. You robbing brothers and sisters that's looking like you. You robbing the elderly. You killing brothers and sisters that's looking like you. Yeah. But a companion of fools shall be destroyed. That's what's going to happen. You're going to be destroyed. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. But there's ways of getting out of these gangs. But if you so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians, you got to turn to the Most High. You got to turn to the Most High. Because I have heard people say this here. There's no way I could get out this gang. If I tried, they would kill me. But if you turn to the Most High will deliver you from that. The Most High will deliver you from that. But if you're a so-called black man, woman, Hispanic, man and woman, Native American, Indian, man and woman, and child, and you are in a gang or even thinking about joining, you just gotta say no. You just gotta say no. You just can do this here. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 7. It says, be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. And that's not hard. That's not hard. It's not hard to do. It's not hard to do. You know, some people, you know, sit and say, well, this and that and the third. But if you depart, you got to be wise in your own eye. You got to be able to foresee, like, say, and this right here is a typical question that some people ask, you know, where you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? But if you join a gang, you might not even live to see 5 years. You might. You know. That's why God said, be not wise in thy own eyes. You know, fear the Most High and depart from evil. But some of these things that the Most High hates is the foundation of these gangs. Some of these things that the Most High hates is the foundation of some of these gangs. When you look at Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16, the Most High said, these things doeth the Most High hate, yea, 7 are an abomination unto him, a proud look. Because look at our oppressor. They have a proud look. Look at the police forces. They have a proud look. They got to look like Can't nothing touch me. I mean, like, it's all about them. A lying tongue. You know, your oppressor tell you to come join him, and they have smooth words. You know, they got certain phrases, certain commercials. They get you to come and be down with them. And once you get in with them, it's a whole different story. It's a whole different story. So yeah, they have a lying tongue. And hands that shed innocent blood. Look at how the police force is killing our brothers at will and getting off. And getting off. Verse 18. A heart that devises wicked imaginations. I can imagine the things. But here in the Bible, when the Most High God is talking about the heart, he's talking about this here. But I can imagine the things that they be thinking of. But you know, killing the unarmed man is a wicked imagination. For real. You raping a woman and you a man, especially you're an oppressor, knowing that your people was doing my peoples like that back in slavery, yes, you wicked as all outdoors. You wicked. And feet that be swift and running to mischief. Yeah. You running to do bad. You running to kill. You running to steal. You running to rape. You running to rob. All of that is mischief. All of that is mischief. And the Most High gonna seek justice. But his justice is gonna be righteous. His justice is going to be righteous. But whether in America or abroad, joining a gang, you are doing this and should not. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor. Envy thou not the oppressor. You shouldn't want to have nothing to do with what he has going on. And choose none of his ways. Joining a gang should be the last thing you want to do. If you're a so-called black, Hispanic, Native American woman, Salaki, man, woman, or child, even if y'all kids don't have no type of understanding, but if you are Israelite, get into the ISUPK and the Commander General Hunter. And forget about that game. Forget about that game. Because I haven't seen gang members have their babies in a game. I'm talking about baby don't even be walking. Some of them just learn how to walk. Some of them in strollers. I have them decked out in gang colors. Looking real silly. Looking real silly. But like I said a few seconds ago, if you're a so-called black, Hispanic, Native American, Indian, man, woman, get into the ISUPK and the Commander Junior Hunter. In here, yeah, you can bring your baby. In here, you're going to learn. You're going to learn what it is to be a man. You're going to learn what it is to be a woman. Ain't no gang banging in here. You learn to be righteous men. You learn to be righteous women. Your kids learn to be righteous. Do righteous. You're going to serve the Most High. You're going to do the things that is of the Most High. In a gang, you just do gang shit. You just really do dumb Salaki. You just be doing dumb. Like it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Don't make no sense. And like I say, ain't no future in no game. Ain't no future in that. Ain't no future, none whatsoever. So it's no way that a person could tell me that they was in a game and they draw the pension, that they had a nice retirement plan. It's no way. It's no way. It's no way. But you know, like I said, get into the ISUPK and the Community Junior Hunter. We have schools all throughout America and abroad. We have schools all throughout America and abroad. It would be the best thing that you ever have done, where you would really come in here and serve the Most High God in Christ. And with that being said, I salute the brothers, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbarakatham. To the sisters, Yahweh Shamar Eratham, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Class dismissed.